takes horns and face paint with no shirt to end up disrupting the establishment and the established corrupt politics in the dinosaur circus that we call DC, then I'm fine with that.
Don't you lose your credibility without the shirt?
Well, I don't think so, none whatsoever. In my personal opinion, I think that it's a symbol that I'm willing to bear all, that what people are getting with me is exactly what it is that I'm showing them, that I'm not afraid. I'm not trying to paint some image the way that all these puppet politicians do. I'm not disingenuous in any way, shape, or form. I come bare-chested. I come in full regalia. This is who I am. This is what I represent. And guess what? I think that once people hear me speak, then they can and will want to vote for me.
I wanted to ask you this as well, if we can. We know you're running for Congress. We've made that very clear. You've made that very clear. We're talking about, again, the policies that you wanted to run on in terms of penalties for insider trading, term limits, et cetera, things like that. Obviously, you've done some homework when you had the time to do that. You're running as a Libertarian. People are going to ask, why should anyone from any party vote for a convicted felon who is accused of trying to destroy the very democracy you want to represent now? Do you have an answer for that?
Oh, I tell them, first of all, we don't live in a democracy. We live in a constitutional republic. A democracy is two wolves and a lamb voting on what's for dinner. A republic is a well-armed lamb contesting the vote. And I would also say that, you know, the DOJ can call anybody or can convict anybody on anything. I believe it was Clarence Thomas that said the average American citizen breaks 6 federal laws a day. So our list of rules for the government is a page or two. It's called the Bill of Rights and the Constitution. But their list of rules for us are thousands, hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of pages at this point. Hence why, you know, the average American citizen breaks 6 federal laws a day. That's a problem. And so, in my opinion, if the American people are looking for change, then I guarantee you they're not going to find it in the establishment. They're not going to find it in any of the people that are currently in Congress, because those people are banking on keeping the status quo. That's how they keep their jobs. These people want careers in D.C. They don't want to make change.
And Jacob, as we know, people make change by using their vote lawfully and doing so peacefully, not obstructing a congressional proceeding, as we know. Got to ask you about how you're viewing the current frontrunner for the GOP nomination. Of course, former President Trump, why almost everyone who was there at the Capitol on January 6th was there to support Donald Trump. Do you blame the former president for the prison sentence you faced or the fact that you showed up at the Capitol to begin with?
No, I do not. And I think that any attempt to try to paint anything that happened on that day onto the president or try to paint him with that broad brush is just Mockingbird media and corrupt DOJ talking points. Because the fact of the matter is, the man said, peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard. Okay, so what we're talking about here is optics. And based on the Mockingbird media, neurolinguistic programming, based on critical factor bypass and all that kind of psychological warfare, basically, you can paint anybody to be anything. So you could choose to look at me as a felon. I've heard people call me a traitor. That's a threat to democracy. Or you could choose to look at me as I am, a person that was maligned and skewered by a corrupt system, as so many hundreds of thousands of people have been in the United States, as so many January 6ers have been in the United States, and as Donald Trump has been in the United States of America. So I don't see the former president as responsible at all. Nobody can make me do anything. And that's why I should go to D.C., because I'm not going to be beholden to the NGOs. I'm not going to be beholden to lobbyists. I'm not going to be beholden to the deep state puppet strings. I will represent the American people the way they deserve to be represented.